this is what I would say defeat looks like. As a content creator, I've been wanting to complete this port injection wiring install for the longest time, and I was procrastinating, thinking about, oh, I'm not good enough, or just weird stuff. Oh, I'll do it next weekend. We'll do it next weekend. So it was New Year's, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. So I got out, and I figured I could remove the engine harness. Turns out you can't really do that unless you have itty bitty hands. So then I was like, well, let's just move it around. Also didn't work because you have something in the front and in the back. So I removed everything that I could, or as far as unplugging sensors and stuff goes. And we just had enough room to basically splice some wires in. Now, if you ever have a chance to use these little T-clamp connectors, I understand that some people may have had success with these, but I have not. To the point now where I thought there were 2, I used 5 total, and there were 2 where I was a little iffy about it, so I took those off, redid the wiring, and ended up not using something like this, just basically unsheathing the wire and then wrapping the other wire around it, and then making sure it's a good connection, and then using electrical tape to kind of hide it, because I did have heat shrink. Whatever. But the car, when in 3rd, 4th gear, when you're gently applying throttle and then going watt, totally works. 1st, 2nd gear, you floor it, the car breaks up like nobody's business. I thought I saw an access port that it was going rich, which would make sense, I suppose, but it was still breaking up, giant plume of smoke coming out the exhaust. I sent a message to Ryan basically asking him if he can see anything, because, like I said, I'm still using 3 of these, so I'm trying to see maybe if he sees any sort of voltage interruption, or if there's anything he sees as far as maybe there's like a batch firing issue, something, before I dig any deeper. Because of this, I did order a new engine harness because I wanted a clean harness and then a dirty harness to basically, if I ever get rid of the port injection kit, I can just sell the harness with it. But these things are a pain in my ass. So, screw that. But this whole thing in my head, I was going to have the harness laid out. I was going to do everything nice, neat, proper, like, and it just didn't happen. So, I am super disappointed, to the point where I didn't even want to make this video. But it's a new year, and this is the true side of stuff you don't get to see. Because otherwise, first off, there wouldn't be a video. But second, if you were to try this yourself and be like, oh yeah, he installed a port injection kit. No. I did install it, but something isn't right, and I'm going to figure it out. Rather than I'm going to be able to have a phone call with Ryan, or if I'm going to figure it out myself, that's a different story. Worst case scenario, I have a new harness coming, and I'm just going to drop the car off at EMS. I'm going to have them do it. However, I do believe that I'm somewhat competent, so I'm hoping it's just this crap or something else that I'm missing, and then we can have finally E85. But that's defeat here, me, right now. On a side note, I would like to also answer a question that I received in one of the comments. Here it is. In one of the previous videos, there was a dude named Troy who was asking about his 2020 Mustang. He has a cold air intake, catback exhaust, a CV-Fab street intercooler, a blow-off valve, and a few other mods. And he wants to know the reliability of tuning. I would highly recommend getting with somebody that you would trust. I myself, I would like to say that I really trust Ryan at PD Tuning because we have a very long history. But if there is somebody, local that you trust, then that may be a better option for you. However, adding like a 91 or a 93 tune wherever you are at is really going to wake the car up. And then if you have the ability to do E30 or even go full 85, at that point, that's a whole nother ballgame. But I would definitely look into getting tuned with Ryan. He can either do the Cobb Access port, or I think do the HP Tuners thing now too. For the money, I don't know if there's a benefit to using the HP Tuners device over the Cobb Access port. The only thing that I really like about the Access port is that it gives you the ability to look over stuff and kind of have it in the car, so that way you can keep it up when you're data logging and stuff. Whereas with the HP Tuners device, you have to, you have to put into your OBD port, and then you have to plug it into your laptop, which, for cool points, I guess that's a whole nother thing. But I don't know if there's any other benefit on the tuning side. Maybe that's something that, if you haven't purchased it yet, maybe talk to your tuner to see if there is a benefit to it. But I already had the Cobb Access port before the HP Tuners device came out, so that's what I stuck with, and that's what Ryan stuck with in my scenario. But I haven't heard any complaints about either or. It's just whatever, do whatever the tuner recommends. Outside of that, again, car still runs, thank God, but I feel super defeated. I'm super upsetty spaghetti, but it's the 1st of January. It's a Wednesday, so this weekend I'm going to take these. If I haven't spoken to Ryan yet, I'm going to replace the other 3 and do a hard connection or hard wiring, whatever you want to call it, and see where that brings the whole E85 situation, or port injection, I should say, because at this point I'm still not running E85. I still have 93 in the tank, just making sure that the port injection works, because if the port injection doesn't work on 93, I don't want to have it on E85 and then have it fail. So, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. There are a lot of things happening, not just with the Ecoboost, but there are a lot of things that I want to do, and I want to take you guys with me. It's more about getting back into the saddle and just choosing to record rather than thinking that I'm not worth it or good enough, because there's at least one person that will find this entertaining or find some use out of it. So with that being said, I want to thank you all so much for joining me in this little rant, and I will give you an update this weekend whether or not I can fix the port injection kit, or if we're going to make a trip up to EMS in Tennessee, which maybe we should do that anyway, but that's for the next video. So if you did find this somewhat entertaining and you're laughing at my misery, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you next time.